Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. My name is Arya, and this is your audio report for the season finale of the 2018 Mae Young Classic. It is the moment we've all been waiting for, the season finale, if you will. The winners tonight will go on to Evolution this Sunday night, while the losers will just go home. Semifinal number one, it is Miko Satomura one-on-one with Toni Storm. And in case I haven't said this enough over the past 8 weeks, and in case you need help understanding the age and experience level difference between these two, Toni Storm was 13 months old when Satomura wrestled on WCW Monday Nitro in 1996. She wasn't even born when Satomura debuted. Satomura was already a 14-year veteran when Storm debuted in 2009. The match began with some great mat wrestling as neither lady wanted to possibly make an early mistake that could cost them big. Storm took a kick to the chest but came back with her own running kick to take over. Satomura didn't let it last long, using a series of leg kicks to chop down her taller opponent as the bruises began to form on Toni's legs. She did slap on the STF. Cole, who, by the way, has called about 500 John Cena matches in the last 20 years, referred to the STF as unique offense. To be fair, he hasn't seen too many good STFs to compare it to. I can't imagine he's watching too many Chono matches on his days off. However, no one believed it was the finish, even though Miko sold it like death, but she was able to drag herself to the ropes. Storm hit a suicide dive and began grabbing her elbow. The suicide dive, which, as a reminder, is the same move that injured Tegan Nox, and always looks like Io Shirai is about to land on her head when doing it, is still a used move here in the semifinals. Back in the ring, Storm began kicking Satomura, but Miko began firing up and using her own kicks. Satomura hit a Death Valley driver for the sure victory, but Storm kicked out. Storm blocked a running knee and hit a Storm Zero, but Satomura kicked out, which caused the crowd to explode. Miko blocked a second Storm Zero, scored with both a Pele kick and a Scorpion kick, but again, Storm kicked out, and fans at this point, and I know I'm prone to exaggeration and hyperbole, but fans were literally jumping up and down at this point, because this match really built well, and the emotion of it built well as we got to the finish, where Storm blocked a second Death Valley driver, finally hit her own second Storm Zero for the 1, the 2, and the 3, and Toni Storm is going to Evolution. Both ladies kneeled and bowed to one another before hugging. Kairi Sane appeared in the ring to present Roses the Storm, who could not stop crying. Triple H came out to raise Miko's hand on the ramp, which led to even more applause and more tears. And Storm cut a promo thanking the crowd and everyone in the back for letting her dreams come true. Storm is now down Jinny, Hiroyo Matsumoto, Mia Yim, and now Miko Satomura, and she has one more test to go this Sunday. And who will Toni Storm face on Sunday? Will it be Io Shirai? Rhea Ripley? The 1991 Denver Broncos? Probably won't be the last one. So, other semifinal time, Io Shirai versus Rhea Ripley. The match was different from the very beginning, as Rhea showed very little respect to her foe and was making subtle gestures to injuring Tegan Nox last week. Rhea used her size and power advantage early as she yanked Io back in an abdominal stretch, and when Io tried to kick her way out of it, Rhea began punching her right in the ribs. In an ensuing stretch, Rhea was digging her nails into the abdominal region of Io. Rhea's frustration began as Io wouldn't stay down long, but she cooled down and locked on her body scissors. Io went crazy and got out of it with a series of punches and forearms, which stunned Rhea. That advantage didn't last long as Rhea rolled over and kicked Io right in the ribs. But seconds later, it was like that never happened, as yes, someone get up the hammer and nails because Io is building momentum. Io hit the suicide dive, and for the first time in the tournament, didn't have me worried that she was going to go land right on her head. Shirai kept the momentum going, hitting a 619 and a missile drop kick for a near fall. Ripley tripped her up on an attempted moonsault and hit a superplex. Io Shirai, though, got out of a pump handle move, shoved Rhea shoulder first into the ring post, and hit her running double knees and a moonsault for the win. And, this wasn't as good as the opener, but it was still a very good match, especially when you consider that Tegan Knox was supposed to win the match against Rhea Ripley and was supposed to be in this match. And so these two, I don't know how much time they really had to piece together a new match here, but they still did pretty damn well, all things considered, especially since in both cases it was their third match of the night. Shirai and Kairi Sane embraced like long lost friends, which they were. Io has now blitzed Zaya Brookside and then defeated Zuexis, Deonna Purrazzo, and now Rhea Ripley. And in 4 days, she'll be throwing down once again. 32 began, 30 went to the wayside, and after this Sunday, only one will be left standing when Io Shirai will face Toni Storm. Who follows in the footsteps of Kairi Sane? There is only one way to find out. And speaking of that, the show finished up with both Shirai and Storm coming out on stage and posing with Triple H, Sarah Mato, and Kairi Sane as Cole closed up the show. And that does it for the Mae Young Classic. I cannot thank you all enough for listening to this. If nothing else, it was a fun 8 weeks. And now I return to semi-retirement. It actually is my birthday this Monday, so if you are inclined, please donate to a charity of your choice in celebration of my birth. As for me, I have to hurry on my way, but as I wave goodbye, don't cry, because I will be back again someday.